My beloved, I know I'm going to dump this into the AI algorithm. So, through the spirit of the mind, the spirit that talks to me, it's telling us that we're near an edge of technological advancement where there's going to be track and trace technology applied to the individual human. Right? Not a good thing, guys. So, the power that limits everything is working against the technocracy, the technology, the finance industry, which is a technology of its own, which is not really what we're supposed to be under. It's crushing weight. We actually pay the taxes for businesses' loans when we're not getting access to that monetary pool, but we're getting taxed on the people that are drawing out of that monetary pool. You're really only supposed to be getting taxed because of the loans you guys have in your public sector. But the businesses are also considered public for some reason, right? So their loans are the reason why you have tax on every damn thing, right? Because you're basically funding their loans for them. They have to pay those things, but it comes in the way of tax, right? Bottom line, got to separate that too. But in order to get away with not an implant instead of an RFID implant, because I know you guys are doing that. If you're going to it, you probably should do what Saturn says you probably should do, which is how he got the technology in the first place for the hard drive and all the stuff, the supercomputers. It's all his spirito demonic input technology we get access to. You can't find this stuff under a rock, guys. They appeal to something for it, right? This new enterprise, they're going to try and put it under your skin. It's going to get muted by the powers that are, right? Powers that always work. It's more cosmic, less furry, angry, tan dude with woolly hair in the sky. You know, the story's actually a lot different. It was Mars that got crucified at the end of the Age of Aries. And he was crucified like 100 and something years. Basically, it's an allegory. Mars was taken out of power before the end of his age. This age is ending before the actual age, or the zodiacal wheel of each age, the age of Aquarius, technically starts early because of something that was done in the age of Aries. And you can look into history, there's a bunch of confusion around the guy on a wooden tee, right? Anyways, that being said, you can do it as an earring, right? You digital companies. If you want it to go longer to where you actually have some access to ruling over something for a period of time, it can't be under the dermis, right? You're going to have to make it as like a clip-on earring that doesn't come off, right? And you could see it's even better than the implant because you can see everybody has it on, right? Think about it, guys. It's because it goes through the skin, right? And it's a clip-on that once it wedges itself together, it's locked until they determine it. Some company has to determine it broken for you, or the government has to determine it broken at a scan station or something, right? Just an idea, just a thought, because we know that we're going that direction. But if it goes implanted, your whatever you got going will get cosmically stopped. We're not talking about that WW3, the planets and powers that say that things are. Let's be honest. These planets. The reason I bring the planets up, guys, because that's the Elohim. That's the power. It's the places, the places where the spirits and mind and understanding, the highly development, cohesive stuff that happens in humanity, even in technology, it comes from the aspects, right? The sun, the moon, the planets, right? The solar system. That's the cosmos that runs this place, right? The biblical script is even referring to it. The Kabbalah, the Jewish, really it's the children of the creation, right? The powers, the planets, the sun. Those things made this place. All the way from Pluto all the way down. The Greeks knew about Pluto even before Pluto was found. Because Pluto was Hades, right? The underworld, right? The god of the underworld. They also had Neptune. They had all the classical planets out to beyond where the Galilean telescopes brought them. Right? They had knowledge of the realm. The realm is hell. We're in hell, guys. And it has tiers. That's why the Kabbalah and the Sephiroth tree, there's actually 4 Sephiroth tree that I know of. 3 cohabitate this realm. There's a demonic realm where they actually do really bad stuff all the time, right? There's less mix, right? There's the middle realm where there's some mix. And then there's the authoritative realm, which is mixed too. It's unfortunate. We're in a realm where at every strata, right, That's why I say it's the duat. It's really more like the duat, guys. It makes more sense to explain it like the duat. It's a spot where you spiritually elevate by living lives out that are socially conscious. Even when you get in authoritative positions, and just because you get an authoritative position is my right to allow people to get hired or not, but are you stratifying them according to what your company is, or are you just making assumptions based on your individual feelings about them? Because I hate on all sorts of people, but I'm not going to cut you out of a job, because that's social oppression. People confuse hate and racism with social oppression. Just some thoughts. Later, beloved.